And welcome back to Nancy's Neighborhood. And I have another lovely lady on with me, and she's going to tell us an exciting event that's coming up. This is Shannon Clark, and she's from Trousdale School. And first of all, Shannon, welcome.
Thank you.
And tell everybody what Trousdale School is.
Trousdale School is a post-secondary school. All of our students are over the age of 22, and we serve high-functioning adults with intellectual disabilities.
Yes, and it's a wonderful facility, and they do great things over there. So you have something great coming up.
We do. We have our fourth annual art show.
Fourth annual.
And
Gosh.
it was created really with just the idea of allowing our students and others with disabilities to have an avenue to present and show the public their work. And so it's a juried art show, and so that's a great experience. But the art show is open to those with and without disabilities. But we have, I think, close to 60 artists this year.
Oh, wow.
And maybe close to 200 pieces of art.
Oh, good grief.
So it's a lot of fun.
Is that the most you've ever had?
Yes, it's grown
Wow.
each year. And so the artists are from the Cleveland area, Chattanooga, North Georgia schools, and not just schools, because all of our students participate, and they range in age up to 55.
Right.
But we have artists from all over the area.
Wow. And this is awesome. Now, when did you say this was going to be?
It's next Thursday, March the 7th.
March 7th. I'm going
And
to write that down.
It is at 6 p.m. It's a free event. And we will have a silent auction going on with some light refreshments and music. We have some live artists that will be playing. And then we'll have the award presentations about 7:15, and that'll close out the auction.
Okay, now the silent auction, are we bidding on art, or what are we bidding on?
You're bidding on art. The artist may choose whether or not to sell their work, and
Okay.
they set that starting price. All of the proceeds go back to the artist. The school doesn't.
Oh,
It's not a
neat.
fundraiser. It goes back to the artists.
Fantastic. So we'll reward them for doing something
Right.
good, different, whatever.
Right,
you know.
right.
And I think that's great.
And so we have paintings, we have some photographs, we have 3D pieces.
Wow.
There's some clay and some other types of 3D pieces. It's always interesting to see what comes in. We end up having students from Lee, from the local high schools, and then into the Hamilton County area in North Georgia. So
Fantastic. So you don't limit it just to Trousdale kids.
no.
Okay.
No, it's open to the public. And again, the actual event will be free. So we've actually, with our Allied Arts suggestions, we have reached out to some elected officials, and we have several that we believe are going to be able to
fantastic. That is great.
attend. And so we're going to have some local media there as well. But this will be a great opportunity for our students and others with and without disabilities to showcase their work. Our art teacher said, you know, when she was in high school looking to go to college and focus her studies in art, that she needed juried works.
Yes.
And so this is a great opportunity for folks to have that opportunity.
And tell everybody what a juried show is.
That there are individuals who are not necessarily a part of the school, they are not a part of the school, who come in and judge the works.
And they are usually professional artists
Yes,
themselves.
yes.
So that makes it a jury.
Right.
And I've done juried craft shows before, so that's the reason I kind of wanted you to explain that to people. It's not like you go in front of a judge, but you do go in front of a judge, but it's kind of a lot more laid back and a lot more
Right.
casual.
And so those folks come in once the show is set up. It'll be before the actual event, so that we can have those awards ready the evening of.
Now, will the awards be there at each piece so that you know that you're okay?
They'll be presented at the end.
Okay, so I may or may not be bidding on a winning piece.
Right.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Because I don't need to buy it just because it was a winner. I need to buy it because it matched my decor, or it was something
Right.
I could use, or something
Right.
like that. So it's all visual art.
Yes.
Is it all like on canvas or paper, or is that?
There's some. It is presented in some form,
Okay.
and so there we have. It's grown each year, and so the first year we held it in our theater, and then we outgrew that by year 2 and moved it into our gym. So we section off a part of the gym, and we have some great help from the community, and the grids and things that we can use and borrow. But then we've added to it a little bit each year,
Fantastic.
recognizing that our show keeps growing. So
And that's super.
It's an investment for us.
Now tell everybody where you are. You're not the easiest thing in the world to find, but you're also not the hardest thing in the world to
Right.
find.
We're in South Bradley County.
Right.
We are in what used to be Asbury United Methodist
Right.
Church, which is on Hewitt Street off of Dockery Lane, which is outside the bypass. But if we are, you can look us up on maps or anything like that. But the address is 3171 Hewitt Street, Hewitt, Hewitt Street Southeast.
I'm writing that down so we can get the screen up at the next one so we can tell people about it. So, all right, and parking, you've got plenty of parking?
Plenty of parking.
Good.
It's free.
Good. And I think this is great. So if anybody's interested in coming and purchasing anything, this is always what's asked to be at Cherry's. Cash, checks, credit cards?
Yes.
Okay.
You can take it with you that evening.
Okay, fantastic. So if you find something you like, and you better bid on it because somebody else might. Now, not every piece that's in there is going to be available to purchase.
No, the artist decides whether or not to put their art up for sale.
Okay.
And they select the opening bid.
Oh, okay. So there will be, like on the bid sheets at a normal silent auction, it will say bidding begins at whatever. Okay.
And it's affordable. We have some that may start at $10 or $15, and then it may go up from there. But the quality of art is a huge range.
I'm sure.
To have professors from Lee University or from the local area schools, we've been fortunate to have some of that work. And then, our students have some great work too.
They do. I taught special education when I was at Calhoun, and I had some extremely talented artists in some of my classes.
Right.
I was really amazed at how talented they were at art when maybe we couldn't learn a multiplication tables.
Right. Math may not be easy, but expression is different.
But yes, and I was just extremely surprised the first year I taught, and then after that, I think I got to where I expected them to do something phenomenal, and usually they did, and I was just really pleased.
It's really neat, and fortunately, I get to see the artwork that our students produce. But it's interesting to see too. We have several artists that are coming that have submitted work from Life Bridges and from Orange Grove Center.
Okay.
And I know we have in the past. I honestly don't know this year in terms of Open Arms Care Center in Ottawa. We've had some work in the past from there, and the Heart Gallery from Chattanooga. So,
and I think this is wonderful. So
it's a neat way for us to reach a different type of audience. We usually have a production in the summer.
Yes, and it's usually wonderful too.
And so we're excited about that. Those dates this year will be June 7th and 8th.
Need to get you back on. We need to talk about that.
Yes, ma'am.
June 7th and 8th.
That'll be at the Dixon Center at Lee.
Oh, we're going to the Dixon Center. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we also have a golf tournament.
Yes.
It's a fundraising event that will be April 15th. And so each of those reach a different group of people. And the art show is one that is able to bring people into the school, which is a neat thing for us.
It's great PR for you all because people need to see what you have there, your facility, and also see what all you're doing, because you have, how many students do you have right
26.
now? 26. And is that kind of a max for you all?
No, not at all. We have 26 right now. We're a day program. Students are on campus between 8 and 4, and we provide transportation. We've got students into Hamilton and Hamilton County and North Georgia, and so we do pickups in East Brainerd and Ottawa in the mornings, and then our folks locally will drop off and pick up at school. But our overall focus is functional academics, life skills, and vocational skills.
Right.
And then to have art and music and other types of classes helps us round out and become more independent.
Right. And I know that you also do, in high schools we call it work study, but you all also have a branch of you all that does the students get jobs and work.
And, work is a great educational environment. We learn a lot more coming out of college and going to work our first job than,
Yes.
we may learn in school. And so the same with our students. We support them at school in trying to maintain and learn additional skills in functional academics to help them not just move into the job market, but to move up as well.
Right.
And so are there things that we can learn at school to help them add to their job responsibilities in the community? We have a great group of student employers in our community that have hired and have maintained a position for our guys, and they work for full wages, full responsibilities.
Yes.
And so it's a great partnership.
It is. And I think probably if anyone out there has a business that they are willing to work with Trousdale on employing some of their students. Well, first of all, tell everybody how to get in touch with you all.
Sure. Our phone number is 423-479-7130. Again, our address is 3171 Hewitt Street, Southeast. We also are on Facebook under The Trousdale School.
The Trousdale School, okay.
And then Instagram at Trousdale School.
Okay, very good. Because I think there may be people that just want to come see your facility and see what's happening.
Sure, and the art show is a great way. I've asked our families too, if you have a friend, neighbor, relative that hasn't been to the school yet, to see where your particular student spends a lot of their time. It's a great night for us to showcase and give tours of the school and for people to see what we're doing.
And I think down the road you all are looking at dormitory possibly?
We are, yes.
Very good.
We'll be back again another day for that. I don't know that timing exactly.
I know, and that's okay. But I just happen to have heard. I think your mom or dad or somebody said that's what you were looking at down the road.
Yes,
and I think that's great.
It is. It's a needed thing in our community, and even just among our 26 students, we have 2 that have lost both parents.
Wow.
And so, they have a village that supports them now. But it's a need going forward. So back to your question on the numbers of students, we certainly are able to take more. We work really hard to make sure that we serve a pretty small niche, and we work hard to find those right admissions that are going to fit within the niche that we serve, because we feel like we do that grouping best.
Right.
And so to go too far outside of that would, we want to stay true to our mission.
Right. It would skew it, and that's
right.
not going to, yeah.
And so with residential, that will take away some of the geographic boundaries that we have currently.
And I know when I was campaigning and sitting out on the side of Lee Highway South, Alan would wave at me every day when he went by about 7 o'clock in the morning to, I guess, pick up students. In Chattanooga. And I thought, good golly, it's just
an
7
early
o'clock
day.
in the morning. Yes. And then, of course, school's out at 4, and then you got to take them back.
Right.
So
it's a long day.
It's a long day, but that's okay.
It's a good place.
It's
happy. It's there's a lot that happens, and the pride that you have in making, even if they're small achievements.
Right.
But it helps sustain us and help us grow. So.
Absolutely. Shannon, thank you so much. So March the 7th at 6 o'clock at 3171 Hewitt Street Southeast will be this art show.
Yes.
And we want everybody to come.
We do.
And I'm just looking at the 7th and thinking, oh my gosh, okay. There's 100 things that go on in Cleveland on the same day, and I just don't understand why but anyway, March the 7th, 6 o'clock, Trousdale Schools, art. What is it? Art? What do you call it? Is there a special title for it?
It is From My Perspective is the name of the event.
From My Perspective, and that's a great thing because everybody, if I entered something, it would be now. All the entries are closed now. You have all the entries that you can have, right? So, but if anybody's interested in next year, they need to go ahead and start planning.
Yes.
And come out there and see this.
Come see what it is this year, and you can brainstorm for next year.
That's great. Shannon, thank you so much.
Thank
I appreciate you being on with me. Folks, don't go away. Again, I'm going to tell you, watch our commercials, support our sponsors. They pay our bills. And I'll be back on to tell you about some other events that are coming up. So don't go away. We'll be right back.